Greetings, my fellow Moodock meat puppets! I am back with more of this. Yep, I decided to keep going, because while I do have my complaints
Soul sure has a lot of shoes.
Yeah, about some of the directions they took, like art. The voice acting is not bad, the writing is not
It's
bad.
an ad extolling the virtues of one of Barry's potions.
So basically it's a game
I don't think that would be very useful.
A game that got pretty much everything okay except the art.
It's an ad extolling the virtues of one of Barry's potions.
I mean, the art is nightmarish. But
Barry looks pretty desperate to make a sale.
Yeah, the rest of it's okay. Now, reasonably okay. I'm enjoying the game itself.
It doesn't look very generous to me.
Consider it like Simon 3D. And if you haven't seen me play it, it is
Hi, Barry.
uglier
How's
than
business?
this.
It's been great. I sold almost all my stuff.
It's that good?
Good. This stuff is great.
What does it do?
You mean like taste good, cure baldness, treat hangnails, drive warts, and remove stubborn stains?
It'll do all that?
No, but it'll make you feel really generous.
Who's in charge of your ad campaign?
Would you like my poster?
All these are mean. There is no nice option.
Posters? I thought some kindergarten class was having an art show.
You sound like someone who could use a generosity potion.
No, stupid. I sound like somebody who could use a niceness potion. There's a difference. Seriously.
So, this generosity potion, does it really work?
Well, I've sold so many bottles. If it didn't,
Well, how many bottles did you sell?
well, I prefer not to give out that type of information.
So none.
But I tell you, I sold lots.
Lots?
Lots and lots.
Lots and lots and lots?
Lots and lots and lots and lots. And lots.
Wow. Just how generous could this potion make me feel?
Really generous.
Really, really generous?
Really,
Are we
really,
recycling this joke already?
really generous.
Really, 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 really generous?
Look, just take my word for it.
I want to buy a bottle.
Now you're talking. But I'm afraid I don't have any bottles left to sell.
What about that bottle on your counter?
That's my last one. If I sell that bottle, I won't have any product left to demonstrate.
How about a demonstration then?
Well, I can't just let you try the product or you wouldn't need to buy it.
Couldn't you just demonstrate it on yourself?
Well, yeah, I could, but then I'd be so generous I might just give the potion away.
It works that well?
You bet.
I don't believe you. There's no way any potion could do that.
Well, I'll prove it to you. But first, I need to know that you're not going to take the potion away from me. Would you sign a contract?
I guess so.
Good. Now all I need is something to write with, and something to write the terms of the contract on.
I gotta go.
Come back anytime.
Yeah. Okay, oh joy, I'm so eager to talk to a voice actor who sounds like a crying
I don't think I
child.
could convince it to give me anything.
But as I've said
It's a
before-
toy machine full of neat little toys.
As I've
I
said...
think I see a super deluxe slingshot in there.
Yeah, well, if it's small enough to fit in the dispenser
I can't
of a
break it open with my bare hands.
prize bubble machine, it's not a real slingshot. Seriously.
I'm Gilbert Goodmate. Who are you?
Tommy Straw Musket. My dad's Guildford Straw Musket, the most famous farmer in the whole world.
Famous?
Well, Dad doesn't like people bothering him at the farm all the time, so he keeps his fame a secret.
Okay, that is actually funny. That is a gag I have not heard before, and I am amused. This game gets a
Why are
cookie.
you so sad?
My dad gave me some money.
Okay, that doesn't sound so bad.
Well, at least he didn't give you a kick in the pants.
My dad would never try to hurt me. He's an environmentalist.
What difference does that make?
Well, I'm part of the environment too, you know.
Well, you don't look like you've been reduced, reused, or recycled.
My dad takes good care of me. He even gave me money to buy anything I wanted.
So you wasted the money on the prize machine instead of buying something good, is that it?
That doesn't sound so bad.
He gave me just enough money to spend, and I wanted to get something good with it.
A present for your sister?
I don't have a sister.
A present for your mom?
No.
Okay, just move on.
What did you want to get?
A double elastic, wide-angle fork, ultra-accurate super deluxe slingshot.
Cool!
But all I got was this crummy fake nose.
Hey, I need a fake nose. By some odd
So,
coincidence.
why is your dad an environmentalist?
I don't know. He's a farmer. That's pretty environmental. And he reads a lot of environmental magazines. Harold's Harrows, Popular Farm Implements, Recycler's Digest, The Dirty Gardener.
Well, he does sound very environmental.
Well, he is. Some people have a green thumb. My dad's pretty much all green.
So, where is your dad anyway?
We live on a farm outside the city. Dad's busy taking care of Lulabelle.
Who's Lulabelle?
She's our pig. A real nice one. She's won all kinds of awards.
Is there anything I can do?
Do you have a super deluxe slingshot?
No.
Do you have enough money to buy everything in that toy machine?
No.
Is your hand small enough to reach up in the toy machine slot and pull the super deluxe slingshot out?
Probably not.
Then there's nothing you can do.
You sure you don't have any money left?
It's all gone.
Well, what do you need a super deluxe slingshot for?
Billy and Willie and Joey and me are having a slingshot showdown tomorrow, and then all have super deluxe slingshots. If I don't get a super deluxe slingshot, I'm gonna lose for sure.
Alright, you're a little fixated on this, aren't you? Honestly.
You could sabotage their slingshots.
What does that mean?
You know, break their slingshots while they're not looking, so they won't work as well.
Well, that's not very nice. Besides, they never let go of their super deluxe slingshots. They even sleep with them.
How do you know this?
So what if you lose? Winning isn't everything.
So what? The loser has to kiss Sally Mercer at the Mushroom Festival dance. I don't want to kiss no crummy girl.
Oh!
Isn't there something else you could do instead?
We were gonna see who could get Crazy Pete to fire his cannon the most times. Well, that's too easy. It used to take some skill to trick Crazy Pete into pulling the trigger, but now he's all paranoid that the Vikings are gonna invade. All you have to do is say, look, there's a Viking ship, and he'll shoot. There's no fun in that.
You wouldn't win anyway.
I sure would. I'm a much better slingshot shooter than Billy or Willie or Joey. But no one can beat a super deluxe slingshot with just a plain old normal slingshot.
Okay, well, I have to go.
Bye, mister.
Alright. Let us...
It's the door to the cannon tower.
Okay, let us go meet Crazy Pete. I hear he's the king of the rumba beat. When he plays the maracas, he goes chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom.
The tasty turnip treat.
Never mind. Never mind, that was the wrong Pete.
Made with 5% real orange juice. I don't need an empty pop can. When you want pure refreshment, you gotta do the do.
And this was the rutabaga beer.
The tasty turnip treat.
Root beer, basically.
Recommended by most doctors.
Nurse Pepper.
I have a feeling Pete's been up here for a while.
What gives you that idea?
That's Crazy Pete Fedursky, self-proclaimed defender of Phungoria.
Yeah, because the thing is, one thing these older games suffer from is bad voice actors. Everybody in this
Nice
is pretty
cannon.
good.
Isn't she, though? I ordered her from Johnson & Smith's Furniture and Gun Kits catalog. Took me 6 days to put her together. A full 2,317 parts, not counting all the nuts and bolts.
Wow.
You think that's impressive? You should see what this baby can do. She'll pump out cannonballs at the rate of 8 rounds per minute. And with her integrated cooling system, she can maintain that rate of fire as long as necessary. She has a 15-round magazine and an automatic reloader. I don't even have to measure the powder. I just dial in the distance, pull the trigger, and off she goes. She's even got a recoil suppression, so I don't waste any time getting back on target.
That is impressive. She? How do you know your cannon's female?
Isn't it obvious? She has a long and curvaceous body. Her temper scatters sailors by the dozens. And she has a firm grip on 15 balls.
You don't know many real women, do you?
I don't get many female visitors up here. But there are plenty of pictures in the Johnson & Smith Furniture and Gun Kit catalog.
Do you get to fire the cannon often?
Not as often as I'd like. But a target presents itself often enough to keep her from losing the taste of battle. The Vikings are planning a large invasion, so I don't dare let my aim get rusty.
So what do you shoot at?
Why, the Viking scout ships, of course. We can't let them return home after reconnoitering our coastal defenses.
We have coastal defenses?
You're looking at him.
Looks like you've been up here for a while.
Well, someone has to defend our coast. I used to be part of an elite coastal defense unit, but all the other members moved away during the Great Flood. I was on watch the night the waters receded. You could say I've been waiting for the next watch to arrive ever since. I didn't mind so much at the time. That morning they baptized Princess Michelle, and I had the best view of the procession in all of Phungoria.
But that was over 18 years ago.
Yep, but it's been a very long watch.
You sure eat a lot of pizza.
It's almost all I eat, especially since the Meow Chow closed down 3 years ago. I sure miss their Oriental Surprise Guy Q special.
You've been eating nothing but pizza for 3 years?
Well, I get the occasional sandwich delivered, and sometimes Saul will bring peanut butter cookies and a can of sardines to share. But I wouldn't mind eating pizza all the time. I love my pizza.
You sure drink a lot of pop.
Well, a man can't defend the coast on pizza alone.
Seen any Vikings lately?
Not for almost a week now. I swear those bearded devils are up to something.
What if a Viking ship reaches the town?
With me and my cannon on watch? Impossible.
But what if they did?
Did I slice them all into
Sweet
Viking
big-
slivers with my sword?
Way to go, Cloud Strife! Where the hell do you keep that?
See you later, Pete.
Watch out for the Vikings, Gilbert.
Okay.
Alright, I need to get him to fire it a few times.
Just what do you think you're doing?
But I don't remember if I have everything I need for him to fire it.
I always wanted to try juggling cannonballs.
Sorry, Gilbert. If you drop them, you might dent them. And I don't want anything to spoil my aim.
Well, that and some cannonballs are full of gunpowder
Just
and explode.
what do you think you're doing?
I want to paint a smiley face on one of them.
No, the paint might gum up the automatic loading system.
Okay. Does he have an
Just
excuse for
what do you
everything?
think you're doing?
I'm testing these cannonballs for proper weight and balance.
There's no need for that. They're all certified by the King's Armorers to be absolutely perfect.
You have a lot of faith in these
Just
minimum
what?
wage
I was going to
inspectors.
practice some bowling.
Those aren't bowling balls, Gilbert. Those are instruments of Viking death.
Alright, you are fixated, and I don't want to talk to you no more. You empty-headed animal food trough weapon. Go and boil your bottom, you silly English kid. He's not English. Never mind.
No.
Sergio, hard at work. Well, maybe not hard at work, but somebody has to sit there and connect the calls.
Just looking at this guy, something reminds me of Squidward. I'm not sure why.
Sergio, do you have a minute?
Minute? All anyone ever wants is the time. I'm not a clock. Do I look like a clock to you?
Yep, he's a
Can you
Squidward.
take a licking and keep on ticking?
I take nothing like that from you or from anyone like you.
I was only trying to...
I do not have time for shenanigans. Can you not see I am a busy man?
You don't look so busy to me.
I am so busy. My concentration is almost completely taxed.
There are two
Doing what
switchboard
exactly?
wires.
Can you not see? I am waiting for the next call.
You're kind
Get
of
any
an ass.
obscene calls lately?
You mean
Meow?
people asking what kind of
What?
underwear I have on? Heavy breathing, rude noises, derogatory remarks, comparing parts of my anatomy to chickens, reading excerpts from banned books and describing outlawed Bartholomeus manure paintings?
Yeah.
No, I haven't had any calls like that.
Do you not have food? I gotta go check
Place
for
any
food.
obscene calls lately?
That would be a terrible abuse of my position as switchboard operator.
You're right. I guess you wouldn't do such a thing.
But it does help to pass the
She does
time.
not usually keep meowing. I gotta check on her.
Have you heard anything about my grandfather?
Hello? Yes? Just a moment. You want to know? I tell you. Hello? Okay. Hold on.
You were going to tell me about my grandfather?
Yes? What about him?
Okay, sorry about all that. Cat is fine, mostly, but her water bowl
Where is he?
The sheriff. Hello? No, I do not know what time it is. Same to you. The sheriff took him away.
Why?
Am I the sheriff? Please, I do not look like the sheriff to you.
Do you know where the sheriff took him?
I said away. Away to jail. Away. Hello.
You're a jerk. Anyway, the
Yes, he
automated...
is expecting your call.
that,
Yes,
electric
of course. I told him what you
circulating
told
water
me. Was it a secret?
circulating in her cat bowl has died.
Then you should not have told me.
Alright.
Tough day, Sergio?
Imagine the most difficult, the most draining, the most incredibly tiresome thing that you have ever done.
I once sat next to Louise at a festival supper.
Then you have a very good idea just how tough my days can be.
Oh yeah, that accomplished something. Annoying me. And little else.
Okay, bye, Sergio.
Bye, Squidward. Alright.
Vandersteen the blacksmith, strongest man in all of Phungoria. He's pulled more people's wagons out of ditches than any other man I know.
Yes, well, very, very nice guy.
Hi, Vandersteen. Vandersteen!
Oh, hi, Gilbert.
What are you working on?
I'm making some tools for the carpenter. He has a new apprentice, and he doesn't want the boy dulling the edges on his good tools.
What kind of tool is that you're working on now?
It's a blade for the carpenter's plane.
So he's a flying carpenter, then?
You mean that big, flapping, gliding thing that Elton almost killed himself with? Only a fool would want to travel like a bird. Men are meant to have both feet on the ground, I say. No, I meant a carpenter's plane. A tool used to shave thin layers off wood.
Oh.
Okay.
You've got to help me.
What is it?
The mushroom was stolen and my grandfather's in jail.
They're actually trying to blame Abraham for this. How can people get so worked up over nothing at all? They act like that mushroom is the most important thing in our lives. So it really was stolen then? Well, it's about time we got rid of that silly mushroom.
But how many mushrooms could survive this long? There's got to be something special about it.
You'd survive a lot longer too if you had someone tending to you day in and day out. That fungus has survived a lot longer than a mushroom should. But that doesn't give me a need to worship the bleeming thing. Especially not when there's so much work to be done.
Well, this guy's nice, but he's not exactly what I would call helpful in any way. At least not yet.
I need a big axe that can cut through prison bars.
Now that would be a foolish thing to try, lad. The sheriff isn't the kind of man you want to be upsetting right now.
Did I say prison bars? I meant poplars. I'm going to cut some firewood.
Good, because there is no way an axe would cut through the prison bars.
Well, how about a file then? It doesn't have to be in a cake.
No.
A crowbar?
And what would you do with your grandfather after you bust him out of jail? No, Gilbert. He'd only be caught again. And so would you for liberating him.
But I have to try.
I'm sorry, lad. I can't have any part of it. There's nothing I can do.
Do you think you could make me a mushroom figurine?
Possibly. What do you need it for?
Well, they can't keep my grandfather in jail if the mushroom is returned. Do you remember what it looks like?
I'm not wasting any metal so that people can have their blasted excuse back.
Not even to get my grandfather out of jail?
If I thought it would work, lad, I'd do it. But there's no way I can make a mushroom out of steel that would fool anyone.
Why not?
It would take a master of metalwork to craft such a thing. I don't know anyone who could do it, least of all myself. And I'm not just banging my own steel when I say I'm one of the best smiths in the land.
I need enough large traps to catch a herd of invisible elephants.
A herd of... Gilbert, I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, it's true. A herd of invisible elephants stole the mushroom, not my grandfather.
A herd of invisible elephants?
It could happen. Ooh, I like the wordy answer.
Several non-opaque, non-ruminant hoofed mammals.
Elephants aren't hooved. At all. They have toes.
Okay, perhaps this herd of invisible elephants didn't actually steal the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible, isn't it? I mean, you can't really say you didn't see them, since that's the point, they're invisible. If people see a whole bunch of elephant traps lying around, they might be more inclined to believe it's true.
I think you'd better find another way to help your grandfather.
So, you're saying you won't make the invisible elephant traps, then?
Okay.
I'll get back to you on that.
You are not good at ideas,
Quick,
Gilbert.
make me a sword.
Hold on there, lad. What you going to do with a sword?
I'm going to shish kebab a mushroom thief.
Don't you have to find out who did it first?
Well, sure, but I need to be ready when I do.
Sorry, Gilbert, but I'm not making you a sword.
Why not?
For starters, I don't have the time right now. But even if I did, you'd only get yourself into trouble. So I won't make you a sword. There's not much I can do for your grandfather, but I can do that.
I'm going to find me some justice.
Justice isn't found at the end of a sword, Gilbert.
I'm out for vengeance.
I doubt your grandfather would approve.
I just want to look heroic and adventurous.
Then get some new clothes. I'm not making you a sword.
What's wrong with my clothes?
At the moment that they're hanging on a fool.
Very funny. I'm going to slice up some cheese and apples.
Well, you hardly need a sword for that.
I'm going to carve a roast.
You're not fooling me.
I ran out of safety razors.
No swords, Gilbert.
You're right. I don't need a sword. I can take out that thief with my bare hands. My, that's a nice hammer you have there.
Yes, it's one of the first tools I ever made.
How did you make it if you didn't have a hammer?
Oh, I used the hammer of the mastersmith for that. Making this hammer was what proved me ready to be a smith. Until then, I was just an apprentice.
That's it? That was your test? Shouldn't you have made something more difficult, like a suit of armor or something?
Well, there isn't much need for a suit of armor around these parts. And making a good hammer takes a lot of skill.
Is it heavy?
It has to be. It won't do much good.
Can I have it?
No.
You look busy. I'll come back later.
I am busy, Gilbert. A real man doesn't just look busy.
I'll try to remember that.
A real man doesn't bother trying. He just gets the job done.
Okay, bye now.
You consider my words, lad.
Can you say workaholic?
Did you say something, son?
Just how much I admire your work ethic, sir.
Yeah, anyway, I think that's enough for now. Thank you very, very much for listening and tuning in.
It's the
hope you
door
enjoyed
to
it.
the
Please
sheriff's
like,
house.
comment, or subscribe, or you don't have to. I'm not
It's
the boss
locked.
of you. Goodbye for now.